Can you hear me? My host.
Yes, sir. Good evening, sir.
Professor. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for being with me. Okay. We have started this class on fellow subsidiary. Yesterday, did one out of the 3 questions we have done one. So it remains 2, which is Barewa and Prince. The Prince will be for assignments, which will be submitted on Sunday. Maximum on Sunday, you can submit on Saturday, on Sunday. Before I will now release the solution on Monday evening. I want to see your attempts based on what we have done. Then on Friday, we will kickstart our PACE.me acquisition. I will forward the notes to you probably during the weekend too. I'm doing Thursday tomorrow. I will forward the note to you on that during the week. PACE.me acquisition in stages. So let's take one question on, we have done one, let's take another one. After then, if we still have time, I'll go back to go and solve one of the associate questions. Then, if we still have time, but if you don't have time, you can call it a day, and probably on Friday, start PACE.me, or I can start today, do the explanation, then I'll do the explanation of Friday. Okay? Now, they say Barewa PLC has 2 subsidiary companies and 1 associate. Since the adoption of International Financial Reporting Standards, IFRS, by companies listed on Nigeria Stock Exchange, Barewa has been preparing its consolidated financial statement in accordance with the provision of International Financial Reporting Standard, IFRS. The draft statement of financial position of Barewa and its 2 subsidiaries as at 31st May 2013 as follows. Okay? Good. Barewa, Megida, and Midara. I will go to the additional information out of my reading time. I will go and read. Although he has told me he has 2 subsidiaries, no issue. But let me see read, because we will assume that we are seeing our own 15-minute reading time. They say on June 2012, Barewa acquired 80% of equity interest of Megida. Okay? That alone we know it's a subsidiary. No problem. What do I do next? Don't forget, we said you must open everything. What do we mean by open everything? What do we mean by open everything? We mean you take your book, you open the necessary account down. I say, oh, plants. You write Barewa statement, consolidated statement of financial position. You open it and plants 2650, that of the parent plus that of the subsidiary 23 plus 1610. Good. Do you need to put investment? In Megida, it has been recorded. In Midara, yours has been recorded. Why do I need to put that? Because I know I'm still going to eliminate. I don't need that. Okay, investment in associate, I open it down. Though he has recorded the cost he used to pay, 200. As he going to help me, I'll just open investment in associate down. Available for sales, 510, 60, 50. I add the 3 together. I will not close it. I will now write goodwill. Goodwill. I will leave 3 line space. After writing the goodwill, I will leave 3 line space. Now go to what? Current asset. Inventory, that of the parents, Barewa plus the first subsidiary, 550, plus the second subsidiary, 730. I will not close it. I will open it down. Trade receivable, 910, 450, plus 450, plus 320. Cash and cash equivalent, 1020, plus 1000, plus 80. I'll go to the equities. We all know it's the equities of the parent only. Share capital, retain other component of equity. Then I'll put NCI. I will leave a space, go to non-current liability, open everything. Long-time loan, 1002, plus 150, plus 50. Then deferred tax, 250, plus 90, plus 30. I'll go to current liability. I can leave a line space, go to current liability, trade payable 115, plus that of the first subsidiary and second subsidiary. I'll do the same thing for the current tax. I will now say leave one line space, total equities and liabilities. The next year, I will now open the necessary account. This one will take 1 page, page 1. Analysis of the group structure. How the group structure. What are those things? It's going to be my analysis of the group structure. I will say, oh, Barewa, Megida, Midara. They are the 2 subsidiaries. Date of acquisition. Retain any at the date of acquisition. Other components of equity. Effective interest. NCI. And cost of investment. Inside analysis of my group structure. So that will make my job fast in exam. Immediately I've done that, I go to the next one. Adjusted retain of the subsidiaries. I'll pick their retain any. Oh, for Megida 15, Mindara 800. Okay. I haven't said that. I will say determination of net asset. I pick the first one, Megida. Determination of net asset. I pick the second one again, Mindara. I open his account down. Goodwill. I calculate the goodwill, open it side by side. Then retain any of the parents. Valuation of NCI. Then investment in associate. I will open those accounts down in my book. How do I know the numbers of lines to leave? Can you say it's your book now? You can even use the two for 1 page. It's your book. But 7 or 8 pages. It's okay. For determination of net asset, 8 pages. Because then assets are 5. What can happen between the year, the valuation surplus, and they cannot give you all the 5. Like this question, they gave us share capital return, no share premium. Other component of equity, they only give us 3. Let's see whether there is valuation surplus during the year. Okay? I will say that. I will not proceed. I've opened it down. I will not proceed and be filling in the gap. On June 1, 2012, Barewa acquired 80% equity shares of Megida, 80%. Oh, group structure. Based on my analysis of the group structure, I will go. Let me share. Now, analysis of the group structure. Date of acquisition, he acquired this. Effective interest, 80, NCI, 20%. That is what we have read so far. I'll be filling the gap as I'm reading because I've opened all account down. Filling the gap straight. Let's go again. So, on that date acquisition, the retained earning of Megida was 13.6 billion. Another component equity was what? 40 million. He has told me that he has given me retained at date of acquisition, and he has given me what? 40 million for that component of equity. I'll pause again. Retained at date of acquisition 136, other component of equity 40. Okay. Now let's see the remaining. There have been no new issues of share capital by Megiddo since the date of acquisition. The consideration consists of 3 billion. Cost of investment, I've opened it at 3 billion, whereas the fair value of identifiable net asset of Megiddo as this date was what? 4 billion. The net asset, he has given me the net asset. No story. You want me to work from behind. Net asset 4 billion. And the excess, oh, he said the net asset did not tally. Oh, okay, he has given me retain any other component of equal at date of acquisition. I will look at the shares. What is the share capital? 2,200 plus the retain at date of acquisition 1.36 plus 40 at date of acquisition. Does it tally? If it does not tally, I add this 3 up. I add the 3 up compared to the 4 billion. If it does not tally, I ask the question why it did not tally. And the question says the excess of the fair value of the net assets is due to an increase in the value of what? Not depreciable land. Does not tally. Let me share it to you to see. Immediately I give you the question, you must be seeing answer. It's very simple. You cannot be seeing question. I've opened my net asset of Megiddo down. Net asset, the share capital, 2.2. The return at date of acquisition, I don't need to go to anywhere. I have it up here. I have it up. The net asset, I have it up. The return, 1,360. That is the reason, 1,360. Other component of equity, I don't need to go to the notes to be able to be looking for any information again. I have it in my analysis of the group structure. Anything I need about the parent and the subsidiary is analyzed already. The cost of investments is there. Effective interest is there. Everything is there. I don't need to go to all those notes to waste my time anymore. Okay, 40. Other components, 40. I will add these three. Add these three together. 222 plus 136 plus 40. Does it tally with what? 4,000. It does. The question has told me that does not tally due to the valuation surplus on land. This is a balancing figure. Balancing figure 400. The reserve has been credited. The reserve has been credited. I will not debit the PPE. Let's go to for the second leg. PPE plus 400. In 3 minutes, my mark has increased because I've opened everything down. If I have 5 before, it's getting to 7. Okay, that is what he said. Up to that, let's go back to the question to true with additional information. 1 said, okay, 4 billion. The excess of the fair value of the net assets is due to an increase in the value of non-depreciable land. An independent value has said that the fair value of non-controlling interest in Megiddo was 860. But on 1 June 2012, it says they've given NC at fair value, but they go further, say it is the policy of Bariwa to measure non-controlling interest on the basis of proportionate shares in the identifiable net assets of the acquired subsidiary, not at fair value. That means it's share proportionate. I need to share based on the what? Group structure. That is the end of additional information 1. And he has given me the cost of investment, 3 billion. I must have put it in my analysis. Let's go to share my analysis. Oh, cost of investment. Can you see that? 3 million. I will now go for the goodwill based on the information he said. Can I calculate my goodwill on that? For the first one, cost of investment, 3,000. Add NCI, he said share proportionate. What is the net asset? What is the net asset? 4 million is the net asset at date of acquisition for Megiddo, 4 million. Times 0.2. How many percent does he acquire? Is there in my group structure? 80%. 80%. 20% times 4 million. We have done the calculation for you down. If you go to down, you will see there. NCI at the date of acquisition. How do we get it? Where do I put that? NCI DOA. How do I get the figure? In case you want to, oh, That is oversight. Okay, the net asset is what? You can use your calculator, 4,000. The net asset is 4,000, then 0.2. 0.2 times share of proportionate, 0.2 times 4,000. It will give me 800. That is why you see cost of investment is 3,000. Cost of investment is 3,000. Share of proportionate, 38. Net asset at date of acquisition, 4,000. You give me gain on purchase bargaining, 200. What do we do to gain on purchase bargaining? To credit retain any of the parents. As per SOFP, in the statement of financial position, is 2.4. Gain on purchase bargain, you credit 200. So far, additional information 1. I want you to react to it in the next 3 minutes. Is there anyone that is not clear? Do anyone that need to explain further? Or is there anything that needs to be emphasized? Or is there any suggestion you want on this additional information 1? Okay, let's. Yeah. Drop your question. Drop your question in additional information 1 before I go to 2. Drop your question. Drop your question. Two minutes more. Two minutes more. Mr. Israel. Mr. Israel.
Yes, sir.
Can you see my face very well? Is it brighter compared to before? Or is it the same? Is it the same?
It's better than before a little bit.
A little bit. Because you can see my touch lights, the way you thought that I should do. I don't know.
Okay, sir. You are doing well, sir.
Thank you very much. I'm very grateful. Okay. In the absence of no question, let's share to go to additional information 2. On additional information 2, they say also on June 12, Barewa acquired 70% of ordinary share of Mindara. He acquired 70% of Mindara. On which date? Also on the same day. The internet is not stable. Just unstable. Okay. On the same date. That means date of acquisition in analysis of the good structure for Mindara now. Analysis of my good structure, date of acquisition, 1st June. That is 1/6/2012. How many does he acquire? 70%. Effective interest, 70%. Parent, NCI, 30%. The consideration for this acquisition of these shares was 1.28 billion. The consideration for this acquisition was 1.28 billion. Cost of investment, I'll put 1.28 billion in my analysis of the group structure. Under the purchase agreement on June 1, Barewa is required to pay the former shareholders 30% of the profit of Mindara on 31st May 2014 for each of the financial year, 31st May 2013 and 21st 2014. The fair value of this arrangement was estimated. They've given me the fair value of the arrangement, showing it's a contingent consideration, 120. And he also said this value has not changed. This value has not changed. He said it, that the value has not changed. Said the value has not change, and it has not been included in the financial statements. When it is contingent consideration, there will be agreement between the parent and subsidiary, and this must be reassessed at the reporting date. I say on contingent consideration, three things can happen. One, does it meet target? It meet target. Like this one, they say the value does not change. That means the person meet target. The cost of investment debit 120. The liability, current liability 120. I will credit. Now, below target, said, okay, let the questioner says, oh, because of the continued losses of the listing, or because of the way they analyze the profit is going, he will not be able to meet target, that the parent will only pay 100,000, 100 million. I will now say cost of investment, debit 120. Instead of paying 120, he ended up paying 100. Retain earning, credit 20. The liability he has at hand now, current liability 100. That is the second thing on contingent. The third one, exceed targets. The question will tell you at the reporting date, because of the extraordinary performance of the subsidiary, the parent decided to pay a further 20 million. Exceed targets. These are the three situations. The last one they can give on contingent for exceed target, cost of investment 120. Retain earning, I will pay additional 20. Retain earning will not be debited 20. Then credit the current liability 140. The one they can see out to this contingent, I can accept contingent very well. There was a one question that said differentiate between different consideration and contingent, and they put 5 marks. Now, the highest they can go, introduction of probability. Before you go to exam hall, is what we set in our mock. In case they introduce a probability, how do we go about it? I will show you. But this one said, this has not been recorded. This value has not changed. The value has not changed. That means it meets target. Cost of investment, and he has not recorded it. I will record. So this additional information too, this part alone, before we go to the next part, let's go and post it. Date of acquisition, the effective interest 70/30, the consideration 1.28 billion. The consideration for the acquisition was this year's was 128 billion first. Then agree to pay additional 120. Let me share the solution. Let me share. Now, look at it. Date of acquisition, 70/30, 70%, 30%. Cost of investment, 1,280, plus the contingent consideration has not been recorded. I will record it plus 120. Go to statement of financial position. My liability has increased plus 120. As I'm posting, Toknadu, as I'm reading, I'm posting, posting. No story. Before 20 or 35 minutes, you are done. After the 40 mark, 30 or 35 is in your hand. No story. Okay. I've narrate all the theory to you on contingent consideration. All the theory. I will react to that question again. I said those 3 things that can happen. And we have done contingent consideration as part of our cost of investment when we are laying the foundation to the group accounts. Now, contingent can only happen in 3 ways. What is contingent consideration? Upon taking a certain performance, you will pay certain amounts. The fair value of the arrangement must be known between the two. And he will ask the question, meet target, below target, exceed. If it has not been recorded, if it has been recorded, do you need to post the other leg? No, you just go and credit investments and debit cost of investment. You don't need to post the other leg. But if it has not been recorded, like this one, I will record. Okay. That is how far we can go in additional info. I will attend to that question, please. Let me clear the additional information so that we not digress so much. And if it is not question, I will still look at it. So the cost of investment I post 30% of the effective interest he has given me. So the date he acquire, he has not given me retain any. Date he acquire, I'll go to the, let me share the question again so that you can see. Okay, let's move to the next part of the additional information too. The fair value of identifiable net asset on June 1. Oh, you want me to work from back? Working from back, 1.76. No, majority of men, they like from back. So they were able to get this one very well. 1.76 billion identifiable net asset. That means if I sum the share capital, other component of equity, retain earning, it's supposed to give me 1.76 billion. And if it is not, something has happened. He will tell me what happened. I will ask the question, what happened, why you did not tally? And the retain earning, another component of equity, they've given retain earning to 55. I post my analysis of the group structure. Another component of equity is 70. I post. Especially, there have been no new issues of shares capital by Medera as details of acquisition. And the excess in fair value, it does not tally. The excess in fair value of the net assets is due to an increase in the value of property, plant, and equipment. The fair value of the non-controlling interest is 530. Am I going to take this? No, because he has told me that he used share of proportionate. On this day, the PP is depreciated over straight line basis over 7 years. The PP now, they depreciate it over 7 years. They depreciate the PP. The revaluation surplus needs to be depreciated. I will now go to, okay, no problem. Let me share the solution so that you can see, the net asset. They've given me what is the net asset of Medera, 1760. The share capital, he has 1,000 shares. The retain and date of acquisition, I must have filled in the gap in my net assets. In my analysis of the group structure, can you see 550? Retain earning 70. Other component of equity 70. Retain earning 550. I'm filling the gap. I'll now go, I will add it up, go to the net asset, 550 plus 70. Add these 3 together. Does it tally to 170? He said no. Say it's due to revaluation surplus of 140. Balancing figure. Add this minus this balancing figure, like the one we have done yesterday. Balance. In short, this is the tune. Go to last direct question. They will give you identifiable net asset. This is the tune of the question. Kasi or simple go. And this asset must be depreciated over 7 years. The second leg of this revaluation surplus of on plants 140. I'll go to the second. I have credit reserve to increase my net asset. I'll go and debit plus 140. Can you see that? Plus 140. Now the depreciation element of it, he said it must be depreciated over 7 years according to the question. I will now say 140 Let's go to dictation. 7 years. 140 divided by 7 times from the date of acquisition to date of consolidation. We said it's 1 year. June 2012 is when he acquired. It's consolidating 2013. Depreciation of 20. You have not been charging depreciation correctly. I will credit the PPE minus 20. Who is the owner of the asset? I will debit his account. I will debit his account of the owner. Oh, Mindara is the owner, 20. I will debit his account. I will now go to statement of financial position. My statement of financial position. Minus 20. Minus 20. That is that on information 2. That is that on information 2. Any issue? Any issue? Any question? Okay, let me attend to a question drop before initially. We have 3 minutes to ask any question as regard to. Okay, all right, okay, it has. Yeah. So on that contingent, if you say it has been recorded, anything they say it has been recorded, go to investment, credit it, debit cost of investment. That's all. If it has been recorded, no other leg. Just okay, go to investment, credit investment, debit cost of investment. That's all. No other leg. But if it has not been recorded, there will be other leg. There will be other leg. Because it has not been recorded, you help him to record. But if it has been recorded, he has posted it, and the question does not tell you that there's no post it right. He has posted it already. So what do you need to do? Go to investment. Why am I even doing that? Because I want to consolidate. I need to report goodwill. And that figure must be part of the goodwill. That is the reason I'm doing that. Thank you, my sister Jumoke. We used to chat very well. Chat relating to group account too. Okay, any other question before I move to the next one? You have 1 minute more to ask question. One minute more. Okay. Now, information 3. Additional information 3. Barua acquire 10% interest in Camara, a public limited company on 1 June 2011. 10% investment. Don't forget, when we start this class, I say investment between 1% to 19%. What type of investment is that one? Simple investment. How do I account for simple interest investment? Using an IFRS 9, fair value measurement. What does fair value say? Say that fair value through profit or loss, or fair value to other comprehensive income. What will come to my head? I still reported it, any changes. For example, if the 10% at the beginning of the year is 100, and at the end of the year is 150, I will ask myself, where does he report the 50 before? Where does he report the changes in the 50? 100, 150. If he report it through other profit or loss, through profit or loss, no problem. It's in the profits. But if he reported it through other comprehensive income, other comprehensive, that is OCI in the statement of parent, he will put it in other component of equity in the statement of financial position. It will be another component of equity in the statement of financial position. If we are just assuming 100 before at the beginning of the year, the value of the 10% is now 150. Fair value through profit or loss, or fair value through other comprehensive income. Okay, if it is fair value through OCI, that means the gain has been 50, I will debit the financial instrument to increase it 100 plus 50, 150. The gain he made to go to what? Other component of equity, if it's reported through OCI plus 50 there. But if it is reporting through profit or loss, nothing to do, unless they say they have no record, I'll put it to 50 in profit or loss. I assume he has put it because this is 2011 and we are acquired January 2012. Now, Barra, you will see this thing in piecemeal acquisition. Barra acquired interest in Camry, a public limited company on 1 June 2011 for 80 million. The investment was accounted for as available for sales investment. As at 31st May 2020, the value was 90 million. How much does he buy it before? 80. Now, as at May 2012, end of the year, the value has increased to 90. Ask the question, where does he recorded the 10? The gain on that 10, is it fair value to profit or loss? To fair value to other comprehensive income? If the question is silent on where does he record, my brother or sister, assume he put it in other comprehensive income. Some question will tell you where the gain or loss has been reported in this thing. But in case it is silent, just go to your notes, write it to know that 10, the changes, that 90 minus 80, gain on increase on investment, 10 should be reported in 2 ways. Assume you not give the assumption that it is reported in other component of the equity. 10. If it is silent. But if we told you that the gain on the this has been put in what? Profit or loss. Say if you value through profit or loss, no problem. He has said it clear that it is in the profit already. Why? You will see the reason. On June 2012, Barra acquired additional 15%. He has 10% before. He acquired additional 15%, making 25%. This 25% has changed this investment. Investment has now become from simple investment to associate. From simple investments to what? Associate. And if we have put anything, that 10, it is reported in other component of equity. The investment is no longer simple investment. An associate must be reported in profit in the retained earning, not other component of equity. It must be reported in the retained earning, not other component of equity. That means anything you have reported there before the investment changes, I must debit it and credit retained earning of the parent, which is the investor. Anything that they reported in OC, other component of equity, I will debit it because the investment has changed from being a simple investment and associate. And anything on associate must be reported inside profits, inside retained earning. The standard does not say, IAS 28 does not say we should take it to equity. Equity method does not say we should take it to other component of equity. It says we should report any gain on share of associate profit or loss in the retained earning of the parents, not other component of equity. And the investment has changed. Okay? So the investment becomes 25%. On June 2012, Barra acquired additional 50% interest income married for 110. So the investment now, what is the current amount of my investment? From 80 plus the 10, making 90, 90 plus the 110, making 200. And achieve a significant influence. Kamara made a profit of, after dividend of 60 million, 100 million for the year ended, 60 million and 100 million for the year 2012 and 2013. Nothing concerned us. It was not an associate in May 2012. It was after 2012, from June 12, 2012, which the financial year we end in May 31st. So you only entitled to the profit of 100, which is 25% of that 100. Okay, that is what he's saying on 2013. So let me share the solution so that you can see. Let me share. Okay, additional information 3. Okay, cost of investment now. Now let's go down the analysis. Oh, cost of investment in associate. The 10%, the carry amount, as at the end of the year, the 10% is 90. Additional investment of 15%, making 110. 110 plus the 90, making 200. Cost of investment in associate, 200. He entitled to the profit of that year as an associate, which is what? 25% of 200 to 25. 25% of 200 will give us 25. Now, debit investment in associate, credit retain of the parent. Let's go to the parent account. Share of associate, share of profit of associate, 25. Now, we assume that he has reported everything in all other components of equity. The 90 minus 80, that 10, the increase. I will go gain on other component of equity, gain in other component of equity, 10. I will now what? Credit retain any of the parent, 10. Go to the other component of equity. Where is the other component of equity? In the statement of financial position, other components of equity. Parent has 120 before. The gain that has reported here, what do? I debit, I credit retain any, minus 10. With the assumption that that gain was not reported in profits already. It is not fair value through profit or loss. It is fair value through other comprehensive income, OCI, with the assumption. Anytime there is change in investment, you must know that too. But if investment change from associate to subsidiary share of profit must go to the TN. Subsidiary associate retain profit, nothing to be done. It's there already. It's in the retain. But if it change from simple investments, which change from 1% to 90% to subsidiary, I will ask the question. How do we report the changes? Is it fair value to other profit or loss? If it's fair value to other profit or loss, no problem. It has been reported in the profit already. But if it is in other component of equity, OCI is reporting, anything has been reported before it becomes a subsidiary, I will debit other component of equity and not credit to TN. That is the additional information 3. Please, 5 minutes to ask question. Ask question. Okay, thank you, my brother. Somebody has asked question. No, 25% of 200, no 100. Go there. You will see that The profit he made, let's see. The profit he made profit of 60, 100. It's only entitled to 25% of 100. What does it give us? 25% of 100? $25 is 100. That should be, let's see. It's 25% of 100, which will give us 25. This shall have a profit 25. Oh, this is a typing error. 100. 25% of 100. You're entitled to 100. And now, even upon scrutinize, upon I scrutinize it as it's 100, please. 100. Okay. Okay. Mr. Geshiku Angel. Okay. So please, what are the components of other income equity? Ma, Angel, Irene, please, ma, let this question be. I did not understand what the question you are trying to pass, ma. Please, can you please be explicit so that we can iron that out? So, to Mr. Tosin, please explain the changing from simple investment to associate. Thank you, sir. What I'm trying to say is this. It's not me, it's the standard. Anytime the investment changes, I can send to the platform all the total packages. I give them. I have the soft copy, I have the physical copy. They're about IFRS 3 is about 104, 105 pages. It's IFRS 10 that is voluminous. What all the standards says, you will see in paragraph what they say. When investment changes and it is not the same line of reporting, what do you mean the same line of reporting? That, oh, if it is associate or subsidiary, you know, associate will report into profit or loss into the retained earning. Subsidiary, the same thing. No issue on that. But if it's on simple investment, it now moves to subsidiary. From simple investment, it moves to, okay, from simple investment, it moves to associate. I will ask the question. Simple investment can be reported in two ways. Fair value through profit or loss. One, fair value to other comprehensive income. Other comprehensive income signify statement of financial position, other component of equity. Now, in the statement of financial position, okay, what will I do? It has moved from being a simple investment and it's reported in other component of equity. That is OCI, fair value to other comprehensive income, other component of equity. I will debit anything he has reported gain. If it is loss, I will do the otherwise by crediting and debit any changes that happen. Now, the investment, simple investment, let's take this one, is 10%. The 10% initially, please, 10% initially has a carry amount of 90, 10%, 80. The 10% has grown to 90, and he reported it. It was silent on where to report it. I will not tell the examiner my own position because he was silent, meaning fair value to other comprehensive income, the 10 there. I will not debit that other component of equity, debit it. If I'm debiting that component of equity, say reserve, I'm reducing from it. I will not credit retained earning. Why am I doing that? Because the investment has changed from simple investment to associate. Simple investment, which is reported under comprehensive income, fair value through profit or loss. If it is fair value through profit or loss, I don't need to do anything. It's there already. Waka pass. Do you go? But the question was just silent on where does he report it, and there's a change in investment. I hope it is clear. If not, let me see, go back to it to repeat myself. Oh, okay. Well, sir, please, what are the components of other components of equity? Yes, if we are in a practical, there are so many components that they put there. You will see there is no share premium in this question. Some people put share premium on that component, other component of equity. There are so many things. Even in practical life, you can see so many things can be put under. That's why they call it other component of equity. Other component of equity. Other component of equity. So there are so many things that can be there. So far it is equity. We all know equity, according to IAS1, says the contribution or the changes, other than the contribution from the owners. The changes, okay, after the year. If you go to IAS1, the definition was very clear. It says equity contribution. It's contribution from the owner apart from the growth. Okay. 2 minutes more to ask question. 2 minutes more to ask question. Two minutes more. Now, you have done that. Finally, on June 2012, Barua purchased an equity instrument, 100 million pesos, which was at fair value. The instrument was classified as available for sale. The relevant exchange rate as follows. Now, the fair value of the instruments in peso. Okay, Barua has not recorded any changes in the fair value. So, at 31st May 2012, at the beginning of the year, 5.1. At the end, 100. The value of the instrument in units, in millions. The value of the pesos in millions. The available for sales investment in million pesos. You put it 100. At the end, it has come down. But if you look at the value, 5.5. So they've given us in naira, 5.1 naira. Then the other one, 5.0 in naira. Give us. So if I want to know my value of my available for sales investment, we call it equity instrument. I think available for sales investment, you call it. I will now say 5.1 times 100, which will give me 500 at the beginning of the year. At the end, 31st May, it has changed. 5.0 times 90, and that will give me 450. So it means investment has impaired. As at the end of the year, the investment has impaired. 450, investment has impaired. So I will now record the impairment of how much? 60. The investment has impaired by 60. Deduction in the fair value of the other is due to be a sort of impairment. It's what has impaired. So by how much? 60. How do I get that? 5.1 is in one era. He has 100 million instruments. 5.1 times 100 to get the value. Said he has 500. But as I said, the value has gone down to 90. So I'll just, let me share the solution so that you can see. Okay, look at it. 5.1 times 100, 510. 5 times 90, 450. Impairment in equity investment, 60. You now credit. Credit available for sales impairment investments. I will credit it. Credit minus 60. Now debit. I will now debit. Retain any. Impairment on equity investment, 60. I will debit retain any of the parents who is the owner of the impairment, who is the owner of the investment, and credit that. Any issue on this? This one is very straightforward. Is there any issue on this? Let us resolve it together. You have 2 minutes to report to that, to react to that. 2 minutes to the adjustments. Any issue on this? Look at it. Let me put it down so that you can see this is it. Come on, here. Come on, here. No joke. You have 2 minutes to react to this. Network not stable. Okay, follow. Okay, let's go to the next additional information. The directors have included loan to the directors have included loan to a director of Barua in a cash and cash equivalent of 10 million. This loan has no specific repayment date on it, but is repayable on demand. The directors feel that there's no problem with this accounting entry, as there is no source of accounting policy, just financial reporting standard, and that the loan is shown in the and that showing the loan as cash is the choice of accounting policy. Is there no IFRS which state that this policy cannot be utilized? Let's read that again. The director have included the loan to a director of Barua in cash and cash equivalent. Instead of open the loan account, loan to directors, they put it in cash and cash equivalent. They say no accounting standard says otherwise, they are correct. But everything must be at fair value. You must show to the whole world the good, true position of the financial situation of the company. With this information, the cash is manipulated because the cash is overstated by 10 million. You are giving somebody loan. The loan has been no specific repayment date. It has been repayment on demand. But the director feels that there's no problem with this accounting entry, although even it is on demand. In 5 years, they of course say, okay, don't worry, we'll collect the money in the next 2 years. Because you said no specific repayment date. But if you ask you give us on demand. So it's two ways to this. Because it's on demand, put it in receivables. So you're on demand, they can get it immediately. But they say they has no specific date. Why can't you open loan to director because it does not have a specific date and remove it from the cash, a cash equivalent? Debit cash, debit cash, credit cash, and debit loan investments. Credit or cash, 10 million. Why do you put it there? Show to the whole world. You give a loan to director. Loan to director, 10 million. Debit loan investment, non-current assets. Then credit the cash to reduce the cash by 10 million because you said it is included there. Because it's on you can make it on demand. So the loan has no specific repayment date on it, but it's repayable on demand. The director feels that there's no problem with this accounting entry, as there's no choice of accounting policy within the International Financial Reporting Standard, IFRS. And as showing the loan as a cash is their choice of accounting policy, as there's no IFRS which says that the policy cannot be utilized. So even though it's your accounting policy, it must reflect true situation, fair value. That is why IFRS come into play. The fair value view, that it must show, your account must show the current situation, so that if I want to make any investment decision, I can easily do that. So what you have done is simply not right. The best will have been create loan to director, loan to director, 10, showing the whole world. Then go to your cash and cash equivalent, minus 10. That's all. With this, I have answered all the adjustments. I will just compute everything. Go to I'm putting my name. Oh, nothing affects Megiddo. It's only depreciation in revaluation surplus. Mindara 780. Megiddo 15. The share does not change. Even the question says no changes in the share. 2,200. Unless there's a bonus issue. Retain and date of acquisition 1360. I bring DOC down. Give me one DOC minus DOA, a post of 140 to be shared based on the group structure. What is the group structure? 80-20. 80 will go to the parent, 20 will go to the what? NC high. Okay? I'm not okay. 140, 400 revaluation surplus on land. It does not increase further. In case it increase further, I know what to do. To give me 140. Remember, it is share proportionate, no goodwill attributed to NC high. It's just entitled to the net asset. I haven't done that. I will go down to go and do the remaining one. Okay? 1,000. Retain 550. Adjusted 800 minus 20. 800 minus 20 will give me 780. Go to the DOC, put the 780. 780 minus 550 will give me 230. How are we going to share it? Based on the group structure, 70-30. Then the calculation of the goodwill. Oh, cost of investment 300. Add NCI. NCI, what is the net asset of Megiddo 4,000? 0.2 give me 800. Add the two together, purchase consideration 3838, less the net asset. Gain on purchase bargain, which will credit retain any of the parent with the 200. Then for Mindara, NCI, at date of acquisition, 30% of what? 1760 will give me 528 because share proportionate. 30%, 0.3 times 1760. 528. Add it to the cost of investment, 14 will give me 1928 minus 1760, which is the net as a date of acquisition, will now give me what? 168 for the goodwill. Goodwill to be reported, 168. You can show them here, say bracket is 0 plus 168 to show that the other one, or you can just go direct. The person that is marking it is not a Yoruba teacher. I used to say it's an accountant, not a Igbo teacher, not a Hausa teacher. So we have gotten the goodwill, return of the parent as per SOFP, gain on purchase bargain of 200, share of associate profit, the 2500 that he encountered, impairment in equity investment, 60, share of profit of the sub. The sub now, for the first one, what is the post? The post is 140, while the second one is what? 230. We want to share the profits, I will share the profit. I will now say, okay, Mingida 0.8 times 140, 1112, Mindara 0.7 times 230, 16. Gain another component of equity. The simple investment he reported 10. It will give me 2848. Now, NCI, at the date of acquisition 800, 520, 528. How do they share the profits? How do they share the profits? Okay, share profit for the NCI 28 is collecting 20%, the group structure, 20% of what? 140, 20% of 140, of 140 minus 112, it will give me what? 28. The same thing to Mindara is collecting 30%. Parent has collected 70%. 30% of 230 will give me 69. Value of the NCI. This is the value of the NCI, 828,597. But I told you, when it is short proportionate, don't waste your time. Your time in exam is very precious. Just sum DOC, sum the DOC. DOC, sum it up. This one, 4140, 20%. The way you get date of acquisition, you can also get date of consolidation because there is no goodwill attributed to NCI by saying 0.2 times 4140. It will still give you 828. It will give you 828 if you press your calculator. Don't waste your time and say date of acquisition. So far it is share proportionate. Just sum it up. The date of the way you get for DOA, you can also get for DOC because there is no goodwill attributed to NCI. But if it is fair value, you cannot do that. So if you do that, you still need to go and get goodwill attributed to NCI using the formula that I've given you. It will not give you the same thing as the one you have shared in the post. So on doing that, I will now consolidate. How do I go about that? Plant 250 for that of the first for the parent, first subsidiary 23, second subsidiary 16110. For the realization surplus, balancing figure, we work from behind. They've given me net asset 400. For the second one too, 140. The valuation surplus, but this time is on plant, then the depreciation minus 20. The investment in associate, he bought 10% initially at 80, increased to 90. Then later, he bought additional 15%, making 200. The share of associate profit, 100 times 0.25, will give you 2225. Go to the working, you see. Availables for sales, parent 510, subsidiary, first subsidiary 60, the second subsidiary 50. Then there is impairment of 60, which will be taken from the retainee of the parent, giving me 560. The good need to be reported, the 168. The first one is gain on purchase bargaining, which will be credited to the retainee of the parents, which will be credited to the retainee of the parents. Then loan to director. The loan does not have a specific repayment time. So trend does not have specific repayment time. I open loan to director 10. Then current asset, inventory 1350 plus 550 plus 730. Nothing happened to that. They will still give you mark for this. They supposed to give you mark for adding. Yes, they will give you mark because it is only when you know that something does not apply to this, you will know that, okay, because you know that, that's why you can get this mark. It's 1/4. Trade receivable, 910 plus 150 plus 320. Nothing happened to the trade receivable, you get your mark. Cash, 1020 plus 100 plus 80. Oh, the one he included in cash, the loan he give, that is included in cash and cash equivalent. I will credit the cash minus 10, which give me 290. Sum everything, it will give me 14,443. 14, I go to the equity, the share capital. The share capital of the parent only. You know, is the share capital of the parent. Retain any of the parent, which I have calculated other component of equity minus 10. The NCI 1425. The non-current liability, nothing happened to it. Deferred tax, nothing happened. Current liability, trade payable 1150 plus 300 plus 600. Then the contingent consideration 120, giving me this. Current tax 600 plus 80 plus 240, giving me 920. Giving me 920. The addition of the two with this will give me 14,443. On that note, ask question. Five minutes. Okay, let me 7 minutes, 6 minutes. Ask question. Let's ask question. Don't forget to open everything. Don't forget to open everything. Ask question. Any question? It's not to let me know whether I'm not talking to myself. Am I communicating? If I'm communicating, say yes. If no, say no. Let us know so that we cannot be wasting our time. Am I communicating? I hope am I communicating? If yes, please let's know. If no, we are not communicating at all, that you don't understand what I'm saying, can private chat and let's know how to resolve it. Because you must pass through and you must bring wine to appease the God of Icon after passing. You must bring wine to appease the God of Icon. My host, Mr.
Yes, sir.
Can you
I
hear
can hear
me?
you, sir. Yes,
Okay.
I can hear you, sir.
Okay. Okay, please. Group account is very simple and it's constant in all question. It's constant in all question. Okay, the 10 that was deducted from other components of equity is from where? And show the other leg is of its posting. Thank you. The other leg is here. Now, look at the other leg. Retain earning. Look at 10. Gain, I told you divestment. Look at the question. Let me take you to the question so that we can see. We still have one more question to solve on this regard before we call it a day. Now, if you look at information 3, 10%. Barrow acquired 10% which is in Camera, public company on 1 June 2011 for 80 million. The investment was accounted for as fair value for sales. And as at the end of the year, the 1st of June, as at 31st May, the value is now 90. No problem, that 90. We are not preparing 2011, 2012. We are preparing 2013. But on June 2012, the additional 50% problem has come because the investment has changed from being a simple investment. 10 plus 15, it has now 25%. It has changed now from being a simple investment to associates. I will now ask the question, the simple investment, is it fair value through profit or loss or fair value through other comprehensive income? 90 minus 80, 10. We assume that he reported because the question was silent. And anytime you get to the exam hall and the question is silent, please assume it is put in other comprehensive income. If it does not assume so, take your position that the 10, so you don't need to take it to retain any, and you should see balance. But tell them the position that you believe that it's 10%, the investment are same for simple investment to this, which you have a changing of 10, that investment is reported in fair value to profit or loss, not to CI. You will see balance. But when it is like this, assume that it is recorded in other components of equity. So that is the 10. Okay. No more story. It is clear, sir. Okay, thank you, sir. Okay, smart. Thank you, ma'am. Any other question? Okay, in the absence of no other question, we still have like let's say 29 minutes. Let's see where we can get to. Let me share a new question that you have. You have two. Now, let's see the one we can do between, okay, Golden Touch PSC. This one is very short. We can do this one between that period. The Golden Touch PSC has been discussing with two companies with a view to take them over and turn them around to meet stakeholder expectation. Golden Touch. On January 2012, the company acquired the following non-current investments in investing company. So if you look at this, there is no Golden Touch account. I hope you can see my screen. There is no Golden Touch account. Midas Limited and Grape Limited. So he was discussing with them in order to acquire them. So now he acquired 80%. They said the investee, how he has investment. On January 2012, the company acquired the following non-current asset investment. Okay, 80% of equity share capital in Midas. That means Midas is a subsidiary because he has this at a cost of what? 27.2 million. He paid 27. 50% Midas Limited loan at par. Oh, because it's a subsidiary, loan must be eliminated. No doubt. Then 1.6 million equity shares in Grape Vein at a cost of 12.50 kobo. The Grape Limited, let's see, the share capital is 8,000 and he has what? 1 naira. What type of investment? He has 1.6 investment there, 1.6, and each cost of the share is what? 12 naira. Okay, I will know what type of investment does he have in Grape Limited. I was okay, 8,000. I will convert the shares. He acquired 1.6 as 16, 1,600. 1 naira, 8,000 divided by 1 naira will give us 8,000. Then the 1.6 divided by 8,000 will give me the type of investment he has. You can use your calculator to do that. Let's say 1.6, although I've done that in the formation. 1.6 divided by 8,000. Oh, it will give me 20%. 20%. Plus 12 naira 50 kobo. Okay, so another type of investment. The following additional information is relevant. The fair value of Midas net assets we are equal to the carry amount with the exception of land and plants. Midas Limited land had a fair value of 8 million in excess of the carry amount, and plant had a fair value of 3.2 in excess of the carry amount too. Okay, no issue, no story. That means there's a revaluation surplus on plants and there's a revaluation surplus on land. Then the PPA must be debited, but we are not consolidating because they don't give me the, oh, okay, what is this question up to? Okay, I will read again. In the post-acquisition period, Golden Touch sold goods to Midas at 12 naira, 12 million. This cost is 8 million. Half of these goods is, half of this Half of this we are seeing the inventory of Midas Limited as at 30 June. Midas Limited has a balance of 3 million owing to Golden Touch. Golden Touch PSC as at 30 June, which agree with Golden Touch PSC record. I eliminate, but I'm not consolidating. Why is he giving me all this information? Now I said the net profit after tax for the year ended 30 June 12 was 4 million for Midas and 60 million for Grave. Okay. An impairment test at 30 June concluded that consolidated goodwill was impaired by 800 and investment by 400. No evidence required. Okay. A. You see, explain investment purchased by Golden Touch. Yes, on July 12 should be treated in the consolidated financial statement. It's a subsidiary which needs to be consolidated because it's 80%, and the loan you acquire, it must be regulated because they are a single entity. They are not a single entity. The account of the parent and subsidiary here are presented as if they are single entity. Although there is no interest, he acquired at par. Okay, at par. So not at premium, not at discount, at par. So okay, no problem. B part of it says, calculate the amount that will appear in Golden Book, in the books of the Golden Touch PSC. It rests, goodwill. You see, I should prepare with goodwill. I know the formula to calculate goodwill, cost of investment, which has given me up. Then add NCI, giving me purchase consideration. I will less the net asset at date of acquisition. There's changes to the net asset, no problem. No problem to that. Carry amount of investment in Grave. Grave is an associate. As at 30 June, what has changed? He has impairment already of 400. What is the cost? So I'll do unrealized profit on inventory. Okay, but it's when does he acquire? When does he consolidating? When does he acquire? When does he ask us to provide the information that will be in the consolidated? He acquired January. Look at it, 1st of January 2012, and he said we should provide those information, the goodwill that will be reported as at 30 June 2012. From 1st of January to 30 June, that is 6 months. It is during the year acquisition. That is why it's not giving me return at the date of acquisition, because you need to give me return. But if it is during the acquisition, that means it's acquired between less than 12 months. It could be 4 months, it could be 6 months, it could be 7 months, it could be 8 months. It's during the year acquisition. Can it be less than 3 months? No. The rule says for one of the reasons to consolidate, the account must be 3 months old. So no problem. So you acquired during the year, no retain. I've given you the formula to calculate that retain. That's why it is giving me profit after tax, saying the profits. If you look at the information 3, say the net profit after tax. We stated it in word, no P or L. Stated the word. Don't forget, I told you it can also be in word. For the Golden Touch PSC recorded, net profit after tax for the year 30 June was 4 million for Midas, the subsidiary, and 16 million for Grave. You know the 16 million, that's an associate. He made a profit of 16 million. 20% is his own. 20% has 16 million. But they acquired during the year times 1/6. So let me share the solution so that we can understand better. So that you can understand better. Okay, let's take the solution on Golden Touch. Golden Touch PSC. Okay. Oh, let me quickly look for it. It's going to be my system. Ah, Alapo. Echo. Then should be Golden Touch next. Okay. This Golden Touch. Echo. Okay, solution to Golden Touch. Okay, this is Golden Touch PLC. Because he said he acquired 80%. I paid this. So net asset. Let me go to the net asset. He give me shares. Revaluation surplus on land, 8,000. Revaluation surplus on plants, 3,2. There's no second leg because we are not consolidating. It's 3,2. Now, retain any date of acquisition, 14,000. How do I get that? Don't forget the formula. This is it. The determination of retain a DOA. Retain a date of acquisition plus year-ended profit or loss equals to retain a statement of financial position. Now, retain a date of acquisition, let it be Y. Profit for the year, 4,000. DOA to DOC, 6 months. Retain a statement of financial position, 16,000. Y plus 4,000 times 6/12 will give me what? 2,000. This is the amount entitled to post-acquisition profit that the parent is entitled to. If I remove it from the total, because both pre and post must be in the statement of financial position, if I remove it, it will give me 14,000. That is why you see the 14,000 here. Now, the question does not tell me how to value NCI. If I sum everything, it will give me 31,200. How do you value NCI? It does not tell me. That means it is share of proportionate. It is what? Share of proportionate. I say 0.2 times 31,200 to give me 6,240. Add this to this, 27,200 plus this to give me 33,440. Then let's net asset at date of acquisition, which is 31,200. It will give me goodwill. And it shows there is impairment of 800 to give me 1,440. 1,140. That's what the question says. 1,440. 1,440. The most important here is how to determine the retained earning at the date of acquisition. During the year acquisition, this is CR question in one of the ICANN diet. Then the question says, I should look for the carry amount of investment. Carry amount of investment. Carry amount of investment. Okay. Investment, once when associate, share, acquire 1/6. The total numbers of shares in associate, 8/1, 8,000. So it give me 20%. Cost of investment in associate, 1/6 times 12.5, 20,000. So the cost is 20,000. Share of associate profits. Share of associate profits. Does it make 6,000 profits? 1/6. The profit is 1/6. I think this is 16,000 times 6/12. Omission of 1. Sorry for that. Times 6/10 times 0.2. 1/6. 1/6. 1,666. Then there is impairment of 400. So if you look at the current amount of investment, said cost 20,000, your profit, the impairment 400, it will give me 21,200. 21,200. And the question asks for the last one, say unrealized profit on inventory. Say we should calculate the figure of unrealized profit on inventory. Total sales 12,000. Cost of goods sold 8,000. It made a profit of what? 4,000. Unsold, I say half of it is still remaining in the inventory. Half of the total sales, which is 6,000. Don't forget the formula. This one is what we refer as what? The formula one. Profit over sales times the unsold, which is the 4,000 over 12,000 times 6,000. It will give me 2,000. That is one. Alternatively, if I said the whole thing, because I made a profit of 4,000, 12,000 minus 8, to give me 4,000. Profit for the whole sales, and half is not sold, half is not realized, half have been realized. Half of 4,000 will give us what? 2,000. All way is your way, provided you know your way. On that note, ask question on what we have done or anything pertaining to group accounts in general. We see on Friday where we kickstart piecemeal acquisition. Immediately we use 2 days at least to do piecemeal acquisition. On Tuesday, disposal of subsidiary. Disposal of subsidiary. Then after disposal of subsidiary, we go to cash flow and the group cash flow. Immediately cash flow and group cash flow, we now move those 2, 3, 1. I believe God will do it. We have been praying. Question will come from there. In short, I've been saying the question that they are going to set. I've been praying to God to open our eyes to it, like He did in last diet and last 2 diets. Okay, so that we can rejoice. It's better to have seen a question before going on. You know the answer, like my student said, I know the answer to this question already before I even started. That is good. That's good. So please ask question before we can call it a day. Ask question. Ask question. Ask question. Ask question. I don't know whether I'm too fast. In case I'm too fast, you can call me to order to reduce the fastness, because we have so many things to do and we must move at the train level, speed of train, speed of train. No. Tomorrow. Okay, somebody has asked question. Okay, I should throw to the question again. I hope you have the question at hand. No problem. Let me see. I should throw to the question. I think this is the question. Okay, this is the question. The question starts from here. There are 2 companies is planning to Golden Touch. You will see there is no account of the Golden Touch here. Golden Touch has been discussing with 2 companies. He wants to take them over. On January 2012, the company decided they acquired the following non-current investment in the investing company. He acquired 80% in Midas. He has 80% in Midas. That means Midas is a subsidiary at a cost of 27.2 million. Cost of investment 7.2 million. That is 27,200. Okay, and you also buy 50% of Mr. Limited, 10% loan at par. But not at a premium, not a discount. At par. I will see road when it's remaining. Adjustment. They've not asked at premium or discount before. So but we will roll the, I will roll the account entry for the other adjustment. Okay. Last is throw down. The solution has been sent already, ma. Ma, if you go to your WhatsApp, unless you want me to resend it, it's one of the investments in associate, simple group with associate that we have done. Investment in associate, simple group. I don't know whether I should be sending the solution ahead of time so that I've sent the solution before and you all have it. Maybe that the solution, okay, but I will resend the solution immediately after the class so that we can also see. We have 8 minutes to go. Can we still do something? JCO and PICO, okay? Let's start generally recapping on group accounts and what we are expected to do in the exam. Please, the first thing when you are given a question, you can drop your question, immediately drop your question, and stop and go there and go and see what you have said. But in exam hall, immediately give me a question, I will know, first and foremost, what type of investment do I give him? What type of investment do I give him? It's either the category, the question says categorically, that is the group structure. Question will tell you categorically, that is the group structure. Will tell you categorically that, okay, no problem. The group structure 80, parent acquire 80% like this one. He has given me, I know the type of investment I have. The group structure is key to know what type of investment am I giving. Like the second one, he give me equity shares of 1.6. I quickly test. Oh, I see that it's an associate. It's my calculator of now used to check by going through my reading period in the 15 minutes. I will just go through the statement of financial position. Okay, 8,000. Okay, and you acquire 1.6. I will just say what is the nominal value, convert it to unit. Don't expect everything to be one naira each. Okay, 8,000. I will divide it by 1 naira to give me the number of unit of shares, 8,000. How many shares does he acquire? I will just test with my calculator. Immediately I know type of investment we are giving. I will just, okay, I cannot write anything because I'm still within my 15 minutes reading time. I say if you don't read anything, please endeavor to read question number 1. Endeavor to read question number 1. Okay? Having said that, I've known the type of investment. How do I know a true group structure? How can we determine group structure? I say 3 ways. That's what we first did. Say, okay, given directly from the question. Secondly, through the shares acquired by the parents. Third one, through dividend analysis. Really, I've done that finish. I've known the type of investment I'm having in the question. I will now open everything. Open everything. What do I mean by open everything? In a skeletal form. Statement of financial position. I open it in skeletal form. The statement of financial position is the most asked. In the last 10 diets, they only asked me POL twice. And in the one, they asked it to POL once. We are still going to do POL. They asked it once as a straight question. The other one as part of statement of financial position, sub. Okay. Having said that, I'll open everything. My statement of financial position. Okay, ma, I will do that for you, ma. Just immediately after this class, I will send to the WhatsApp again, so for you to see. Or if you can, not to disturb the class, you can private chat me, or I can decide to send to the class. No problem. Not to bother the class with so many solutions, because some people will think it's another one, but it's not. No problem. I can do that. Okay. Having said that, I will just open everything. I'll be okay. What do I need? I need analysis of the group structure. If it is complex, if it is not complex question, with simple group with associates, I open group structure. I open GS group structure. But if it is too subsidiary upward, analysis of the group structure. Next, I open adjusted return of the subsidiary. If it is simple group, I just open one subsidiary. But if it's 2, I put subsidiaries. I just retain any of subsidiaries, which I will do. Then after that, I go to the next one, which is determination of net asset of subsidiary. I open the net asset, each one of them. If it's a complex one, involving 2 subsidiary. But if not, I open one. The next one, I go to Goodwill. I write the formula out immediately. Cost of investment add NCI, after adding NCI, but also know those things that are related to goodwill, that the goodwill I got it from using a fair value approach belongs to both the parent and NCI, and the one of that of the share proportionate belongs to the parent only. I will do all those things now. Then retain any of the parents, chain of the parent, I open that. Valuation of NCI DOC, I open everything down for you to see. That is why I'm advising you the question of Prince and Tolu and Esther. Before I send the solution to discuss the solution, please go you too, attempt one and send to us. Let's see understanding. Make mistake. If you make mistake, you correct yourself. We correct so that we can have a perfect. If you don't practice, how can you get to perfection? Jordan said he missed 9,000 miss before 9,000 shots miss before he become somebody even in basketball. So the more you practice, the more you become better of it. That's why we also research different way to get things done. So please, and don't mind COVID. It's just be stubborn. I got grace. We will overcome it. We will overcome it. And in due time, exam will be staged very soon. Even I was reading in the paper today, they said the National Assembly, FG has taken steps to report how it's going to open school. I believe immediately the school is open, no story. 1 month after, I can exam. If you have not been practicing, 1 month is not easy to prepare. Even if you are writing one paper, you want to prepare adequately to face the exam with 90% courage. 1 month is not enough. Let alone you have 5 papers to write, 4 or 3, and you must combine it with work. Please practice so, because you must pass. That's why we call it Operation. The slogan for this side, the team of this side, Operation Pepper Them. Who is he preparing? My enemy. Anybody who says you will not pass or qualify, that person must be put to shame. Don't think. That's why I always tell my students, don't announce when you are writing ICAN. Put it in your own mind that, okay, I'm writing. Sure, if it's possible, just take your annual leave, go and write your exam. Don't tell anybody that you want to go and write your exam. Don't think that everybody that you are telling asks you, wish you well. So please make sure you keep everything to yourself. In short, I was told that it's a good thing in life. If you want to do any good thing, that's why you see some people, they must have been in USA before calling their family, say, sir, I mean, USA, America life. You must have gone there before, because you don't have village people, and we all have village people. Not have village people to wish unto us. Village people are everywhere, so we need prayer and hard work. Thank you for your time. Have a wonderful night. See you on Friday. The absence of no question. My host, no question. Mr. Israel. Mr. Israel, are you there with me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm there with you, sir.
Okay. I think with the absence of there's no question, we cannot put an end to this class. Okay, the one question has dropped. Please, one question has dropped. Okay, it's no question, no. No question. Thank you, sir. Okay, thank you, ma.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Yes, sir.
So, sir, you can close the class for today. See you on Friday by God's grace. Please, me acquisition. Ayé yóò lé o, ẹ̀gbọ́n jẹ wá.